the African savannah. It is a vast and ancient stage, stretching to the horizon under an immense, unimpeded sky. Here, life unfolds in its most raw and magnificent form. The air, thick with the scent of dry earth and wild sage, hums with the ceaseless activity of a million creatures, each playing their part in a grand, interconnected drama. The sun, a relentless sovereign, bathes this realm in a palette of gold and amber, casting long dancing shadows from the solitary acacia trees that punctuate the landscape. This is a world governed by the rhythm of the seasons. It is a kingdom of breathtaking beauty and uncompromising challenge. Within this sprawling domain, one creature reigns supreme, the lion. Its silhouette against the setting sun is an iconic symbol of power and majesty. The lion's position at the pinnacle of the food chain is not a birthright. It is earned and maintained through sheer, unyielding power. As an apex predator, its influence extends far beyond its immediate prey, shaping the very ecosystem it inhabits. This supreme authority is announced to the world through one of nature's most awe-inspiring sounds, the roar. A male lion's roar can be heard up to 5 miles away. This is not a cry of aggression, but a declaration of ownership. The physical attributes of the lion are perfectly honed for its role as ruler. Its powerful forelimbs can deliver blows capable of felling an animal many times its own weight. Every muscle, every sinew is a testament to millions of years of evolutionary refinement, creating a perfect killing machine. Unlike most other members of the cat family, lions are profoundly social creatures. They live together in complex family groups called prides. A typical pride is a matriarchal society composed of related lionesses, sisters, mothers, cousins, and their offspring. The bonds between these females are incredibly strong, forged through shared hunts, communal cub rearing, and mutual defense against threats. A lioness will willingly suckle the cubs of her sister alongside her own, and all females will demonstrate fierce protective instinct towards any cub. The dominant males have a more transient relationship with the pride. Their primary roles are to defend territory from rival males and father the next generation. The pride is more than just a hunting party or defensive unit. It is a family, a sanctuary of mutual support in a world fraught with danger. The hunt is a masterclass in strategy, patience, and coordinated power. As dusk begins to settle, the lionesses begin to stir. This is their time. The hunt is almost exclusively the domain of the females. Lighter, more agile, less conspicuous than their dark-maned counterparts. The strategy begins with a slow, deliberate stalk. Lionesses fan out, using the contours of the land, termite mounds, and patches of tall grass for cover. Each lioness knows her role without a sound. They remain motionless for long periods, waiting for the precise moment. The final moments are an explosion of controlled violence. Designated chasers burst from cover as panic ripples through the prey. They leap into the fray, singling out a weaker individual. Once brought down, the pride's power is unleashed. It is brutal but efficient. For the youngest members of the pride, the savannah is not a battleground, but a vast and fascinating playground. Their days are filled with endless games, seemingly frivolous activities that are, in fact, crucial lessons. They pounce on their mother's twitching tail, stalk their siblings, engage in wrestling matches that mimic adult fights. Every tumble, every playful bite builds muscle, hones coordination, teaches physical limits of themselves and others. The entire pride is the faculty of this open-air classroom. Mothers, aunts, and older siblings all play essential teaching roles. These interactions teach complex social cues in a safe environment. The art of submission, the importance of sharing, and feline communication. The stability of a pride is a fragile thing, perpetually under threat from the ambitions of outside males. For a male lion, the ultimate biological imperative is to pass on his genes, and the only way to do that is to control a pride of his own. The confrontation, when it comes, is a spectacle of terrifying ferocity. It is a clash of titans. The ensuing battle is a whirlwind of claws and teeth, a brutal contest of strength, stamina, and will. For the pride, the consequences of a successful takeover are catastrophic, particularly for the youngest members. This brutal reality underscores the precariousness of life on the savannah, where the future of an entire generation can be wiped out in a single violent transfer of power. The life of a lion is inextricably linked to the rhythm of the seasons. During the wet season, the savannah is transformed into a verdant paradise. For the great migratory herds, this is a time of plenty. They congregate in vast numbers, providing lion prides with seemingly endless food. But this time of plenty is fleeting. As the weeks turn to months, the rains cease, and the dry season takes hold with an iron grip. The great herds begin their epic migration, moving on in search of greener pastures. For the lions, who cannot follow, this marks the beginning of a long and difficult trial. Survival during the dry season is a testament to the lion's resilience. Prey becomes scarce and scattered, hunts become more difficult and dangerous, hunger becomes a constant companion. The weakest members of the pride are the most vulnerable. It is a time that tests the strength of the pride to its absolute limit. To witness the savannah at twilight is to experience one of nature's most profound performances. As the sun dips below the horizon, it paints the sky in fiery orange, deep purple, and soft pink. The silhouettes of lions become stark and iconic against the vibrant backdrop. It is a moment of sublime beauty that perfectly captures the soul of Africa. As darkness falls, a new orchestra begins. The incessant chirping of crickets and deep croaking of frogs form a steady rhythmic bass. And then rising above it all comes the definitive sound of the African night, the lion's roar. It is the lead instrument in this wild symphony. This symphony is more than just noise. It is the living, breathing language of the savannah. Every sound has meaning, every call a purpose. The lions are both performers and audience, listening intently to subtle cues that could mean the difference between a successful hunt and another hungry night. Despite its timeless appearance, the lion's kingdom is not immune to pressures of the modern world. The vast spaces these predators require are shrinking at an alarming rate. Human populations are expanding, agriculture and settlements encroach ever deeper into what was once wild territory. Fences are erected and lions find their domains becoming smaller and more fragmented. This increasing proximity inevitably leads to conflict. As natural prey becomes scarcer, lions are sometimes forced to hunt livestock. For people whose livelihoods depend on their cattle, the loss of even a single animal is significant. This human-wildlife conflict is complex and tragic, with victims on both sides. Yet amidst these mounting challenges, there is hope. Conservationists, local communities, and governments are working tirelessly to protect these iconic animals. Efforts are underway to create wildlife corridors, and community-based programs aim to help local people benefit from tourism while protecting lions more effectively. From the first light of dawn painting the grasslands in gold to the last roar echoing under a star-filled sky, the life of the lion is a story of profound power and breathtaking beauty. We have witnessed their strength in the hunt, their tenderness with their young, and their fierce resolve in the face of rivalry and hardship. The lion is so much more than a simple predator. It is the heart and soul of this ancient landscape, a living embodiment of the wild spirit of Africa. To look into the amber eyes of a lion is to feel a connection to something ancient and essential, a reminder of the intricate and often brutal beauty of the natural world. The fate of the lion is now inextricably linked to our own. Our actions will determine whether their roars continue to command the African night or fade into silent memory. And so, as the sun sets once more on this vast and timeless kingdom, their story continues. The enduring legacy of the lion is one of majestic power and profound wildness. It is our shared responsibility to ensure that this magnificent creature continues to walk the plains of Africa, a wild heart beating strong for all the generations yet to come.